You'll probably agree with me when I say that most of us undervalue the importance of our mind and we don't do enough to take care of it. In today's episode, we're going to look at why is the mind so important to fulfill our purpose on earth. Thank you for joining us today, and if this is your first time, would you consider subscribing to the channel? So let's talk about the mind. God created us as a three-part being. What do I mean by that? He created us as body, spirit, and mind. And often we tend to take care of our outside image while we neglect and we let go of the guard of our inside image. And if you've been in the church for a long time, we probably have got to this place where we've given the importance of taking care of the spirit, then the body, and most of the times we just ignore or completely neglect the mind itself. In 1 Thessalonians 5, it talks about how it is important that your spirit and that your body and your mind needs to be preserved complete without blame for the coming of Christ. So when there's an abuse of any of these three, either the body or the spirit or the mind, that it hinders our ability to fulfill our purpose. And unfortunately, some of our biggest battles are the battles in our mind. Unfortunately, some of the biggest battles is the ones that attack our mind. You even see this in the Bible, in the life of David, in the life of Jeremiah, Jonah, even Elijah, who was supposedly one of the greatest prophets in the Old Testament. Think about this. Elijah is one of the biggest prophets. He could hear from God clearly. He could stop the rain over a nation where he says that it's not going to rain till I speak again. He even brought a boy back to life. But in 1 Kings 19, we see this shift where Elijah gets to a place in life where he goes to God and he says, "Hey God, I'm done with life." This is what it says in 1 Kings 19:4. Elijah says, "It is enough now, O Lord, take away my life." So it's possible to be spiritual and yet silently suffer in our mind to a point that someone wants to give up on life. So why is the mind so important? Why should we take care of our mind? The first thing is that mind reveals what is happening inside of us. The health of our mind is a good gauge to check and look at what is the health of our emotions. It reflects the internal state of our being. Second is that we cannot love God fully unless our mind is healthy. When the disciples asked Jesus, what is the greatest commandment? In Luke 10, he talks about, you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength, and with all your mind. Our love for God will be incomplete unless our mind is healthy. And the second part of that commandment, on the third thing that I just want to share, is we cannot love our neighbor or ourselves fully unless our mind is healthy. The second part of Luke 10, it says, love your neighbor as yourself. And the truth is that to love your neighbor, you need to be able to love yourself, which includes knowing and being in peace with all the internal things within you, all the internal emotions, the internal state, and the health of your being itself. Fourth, I just want to share the enemy attacks our mind more than any other area in our life. The enemy loves to make us a prisoner by waging war against us in our mind with negativity and false thoughts about ourselves. And the last thing, and it's probably one of the most important things, is our mind shapes how we look at our destiny. Our mind is a storage space of memories. It stores memories, it stores thoughts, words, feelings, experiences. And this is why the enemy loves to bombard us with negative thoughts about our identity. Try to get to falsely see God and ourselves and even the people around us through the lens of a broken and wounded mindset. So the enemy tries to get us to give up on life even before we start living it fully by just attacking our mind. So the mind is one of the most important things that we need to take care of. But I just want to encourage you today that you need to know that what you're struggling with is not your identity. I want to declare that over you today. What you're struggling with is not your identity. Do not give space for the enemy to send you down a space of self-condemnation, that you start living a prison sentence in your mind. And God cares about your mind. He cares about your thoughts. He cares about what you think and your emotions inside of you, because He came for all of you, your body, your spirit, and your mind. He wants you to be healthy. In this next episode, we will go through the things that can affect the health of your mind and how you can overcome it. If this episode has been a blessing, would you help us by just sharing this with your family and friends? Thank you for listening, and God bless you.